Hello everybody, this is Ice Blood. Welcome back to Bioshock. Today is our second video inside Arcadia. So, we're here in the, what are we going to call it? The Sanctum? The Sanctuary of Langford, I believe her name is. And she shut down the security cameras and everything for us so we can get through here without worrying about turrets and things. Which, to be honest, is actually rather nice. Just in case, though, we'll keep things loaded.
We made a business deal, you and I, did we not? Money changed hands. Let me read to you from the
Oh, this will be good.
Section 3, subsection 4.
Mr. Ryan.
Ryan Industries maintains exclusive rights to the creation, use, and exploitation of the Lazarus vector. Ownership is civilization.
Wait! No! Please!
Without it,
Oh, Ryan, why are you ruining everything? Ugh. See, this is how you make a good antagonist. Well, okay. There's a few ways you can make a good antagonist. There's a phrase that people will hate a good villain, but love a great one. Exactly. So, what we have here in Andrew Ryan is a good villain, I will say, because I hate him. Not because of anything particular about him, it's just that no matter what we do, he always seems 6 or 7 steps ahead of us. And, okay, so we're going to use the code that Langford wrote on the window. And hopefully we'll be able to get some answers. Let's see, 9457. There we go. Alright, what's in here? The Lazarus vector formula.
What's the point of being a damn genius if the only ones around to appreciate it are a bunch of spliced up morons?
That's a heavy question.
Or at least I'm 99% certain I have. I just need a bud of Rosa Gallica to confirm my analysis. Distilled water, a bit of chlorophyll, and enzymes extracted from Apis mellifera. That's right, sweetheart. Honeybee spit.
Honeybee spit, huh? Okay, so we need to invent the Lazarus vector. What a lovely mission. So we need distilled water, chlorophyll, and enzyme samples. Okay, well. Then we'll bring the ingredients to the U-invent machine, and then we'll be done. So, that's kind of interesting. It looks like when we first got to this area, we started getting items and things, empty hypos, rubber hoses, stuff like that. It was a new type of item. We'd never seen that before. So what is it for? And then we've run into that U-invent machine. Snap the fingers. Ha motherfucker. Alright. So anyway, all these different little items that we can use for inventing things. But now our main quest is to gather a bunch of stuff and use the U-invent machine. So the area introduced the new factor of the game before we needed it, which is actually a really cool way to do things. It's kind of introducing us to new systems without really introducing us to them. Oh boy. So the security system is no longer down, and we're dealing with another Houdini splicer, which is always a lot of fun. I love them. I love them dearly. Alright, well, let's see how we're going to handle this. We have no hypos and no first aid kits. We have napalm. That's fun. We just got a new weapon. And fucking turret. Okay. Now we can hack it, and okay. So let's get this done. This should help out, because now, instead of having it join the enemy, it will be fighting for our side in this war. And of course, any machine that's on our side is worth quite a bit more than, you know, destroying it. What's the fun in that? Okay, let's see. No. There, okay. Whew. Let's go with this one. Bit of a roundabout way to do things. And we just need... There we go, there we go. Okay. But we have almost nothing left. And wow, the turret's doing some decent damage. I don't know if it's going to do enough to kill him. Well, maybe. Actually, he's not looking too good. Damn. Okay, I might have expected that. Let's try again. He's back, and he... oh, damn it. Do we have to deal with the frickin' turret again? Probably. Unless... Wait. I wonder if the splicer destroyed it. You bitch! That was my turret. I liked that turret. What did he ever do to you? You know, besides shoving a bunch of bullets at very, very high speeds at you. How about that? You like that? Huh? Yeah? That's fun, isn't it? Fucker. What's interesting about what we're dealing with right now is that there is a sense of urgency because, of course, we need to figure out this Lazarus vector thing before we run out of oxygen, right? And even though there's no time limit right now, and the game is basically the same as it's always been so far, you know, we're just exploring things and seeing what we see, including a Big Daddy, which I'm not sure we're ready to handle right now. And do you even have a sister with you? There's another you invent machine. Can we make anything worthwhile? I suppose we could, but nah. Let's see. More importantly right now, let's... Oh crap, we can't get heave hypos unless we hack this thing. I hate hacking these because they're usually harder than others. Ooh, yeah, that one's really bad. Let's never mind that. We'll just get some health. Yeah, Circus of Value. Shut up. So anyway, there's no time limit right now. And actually... Fuck. Oh, boy. Okay. That's good, Jack. We'll just stand here and let the turret fire at us. Not my finest work. What I was saying is, even though there's no time limit, there's no, you know, big-ass number on the screen counting down and telling us we only have so long before we die. And run out of oxygen and suffocate, and the whole thing just goes to shit. Which seems to be my common phrase for just about everything to do with Rapture so far. I wonder why. You know, the game still manages to give us a sense of urgency without, you know, the tried and true tropes of, like, action and stuff like that. Like, for example, those of you who may have watched my Resident Evil playthrough, there were a few sections in there where the game imposed a time limit on us, and it showed us that the time limit was in effect, and we had to move very, very quickly. It's a common thing for the ending of a game, for example. You know, this lab will self-destruct in 90 seconds, and you have to get out. That kind of deal. Bioshock doesn't seem to be interested in using those sorts of things. It's very, very, I guess immersive, but that doesn't feel like the right term for it. It seems kind of passé, like a very easy way to put it. And I don't want to necessarily do that to the game. I mean... Well,
Arcadia's a big place, but mostly rural. If you're looking for something in particular, I'd start at the
farmer's market. How pedestrian. And security alert. Lovely. Because that's all we need. As though, you know, being threatened with widespread suffocation wasn't bad enough. I mean, look at this place. Can't tell me breathing in this shit is healthy. My aim is not the best. I'm blaming it on low air. There's not enough air, I can't breathe, I'm lightheaded. That's my reasoning, and I'm sticking with it. I am surprised I lived through that. Nah, spoke too soon. Imagine that. Okay, let's not do that again. A lot of dying! A lot of dying. But, actually, wow, that really that ended up working out to our favor, because look at that. We got our gift. We have some, we have a new tonic, which reduces difficult. That's actually, Okay, 739 atom. That's not bad. Let's actually use some of that. Let's see, what do we want? Ooh, Electro Bolt 2. Yeah. It's actually kind of important to do that because I have looked up a little bit about, you know, the game and what to do about it. And some of the stuff I've heard is one thing, if your plasmids aren't doing much damage, then what you need to do is, or what you should do, is always look for the upgraded versions of the plasmids that you're using. Because the further along you get and the more of these machines you got, the more upgraded plasmids you'll find. And we have ourselves now a secondary version of Electro Bolt. It stuns for longer, which is always nice, and I think, I hope at least, it actually ends up doing more damage. So let's see about this one, though. This is a new one.
Freeze your enemies. Shatter them into 1,000 pieces.
Can we talk about how cavalier you were about... I mean, I know... Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, that's creepy. So, we just, you know, watched a little cartoon man freeze a woman and blast her into pieces. Then again, when we picked up Incinerate, I guess we watched the same guy, you know, set someone on fire.
It's those goddamn fanatics.
The juxtaposition of a very, very dark and Lord of the Flies dystopian type world with this kind of 60s retro pop like that they got going, like, oh, I don't know. It's really, it's effective. It's really effective. I'll give it that, definitely. And I'll, you know, whoever designed this, oh, that's really cool, actually. Nice. See, I think I told you about the upgrades that you get to your weapons are actually shown on the weapons themselves. That's really cool. And that's one example, another example, I should say, of the level of immersion that the game deals with. See it in certain games. Usually horror games are really big on ambiance. They're really big on making you feel like you're a part of the whole thing. And because there are some games when you can't afford not to feel that way. You know, Mario games, you don't really need to feel like you're a part of the world because you kind of understand. It's a game, you're here to have fun. And that's, you know, that's really all that you're there for. It's really all you need. But a lot of games that require emotional reactions, and horror games are kind of a big example of that, rely on immersion, ambiance, a bunch of different things like that. And what's cool about having the weapons upgrade visually is it kind of gives you a constant reminder, you know, whenever you use that weapon, oh look, I'm further along than I was, you know. And like when you get a new plasmid and you see your other hand, and then look at the way that the ice thing, what it does to Jack's hand. It's more visually, what's the word, visually impressive, I guess, than the others that we've dealt with so far. Not to say that, you know, the lightning isn't cool, because you can actually kind of see it through his skin. And then Incinerate, his fingertips kind of glow, and you can kind of see the burning. Like, there's got some really cool effects going on. But the freeze one, like, his whole hand is just blue and frozen. There's the spikes and everything. Like, I'm really liking how the game, you know, portrays progression, character progression, because this isn't an RPG, but it is what they call, you know, it's a first-person shooter with RPG elements. And let's face it, RPG elements is a kind of a lame term, to be honest. We see it all over the place with a lot of different games. You know, RPG elements, it means there's some, you know, hackneyed and, you know, half-assed leveling system or whatever. This one does handle it pretty well, though. And the RPG element, what it means by that typically is that there's some level of character progression. That is your prerogative. You decide how your character, you know, progresses through the game. you select the upgrades to his plasmids, or which upgrades to get for the weapons, and those sorts of things. What to do with the little sisters, you know, that's what it means, I think, when it talks about RPG elements. But honestly, and this is a bit of a thing that I've thought about for a long time, RPG as a term, you know, we tend to know what RPG means. When we hear the term RPG, we know what it means. We think of things like Final Fantasy, things like Skyrim, and you know, games with that sort of feel to it. The Souls series, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, games like that, you know, and like usually Final Fantasy and, you know, Elder Scrolls, pretty much the typical ones, right? What's he talking about? Blame the Germans. Always blame the Germans. Anyway. So what was I talking about? RPGs. We know what they mean. You know, Squaresoft certainly made sure that we know, and Bethesda did the same thing. Fallout's another big example, right? We all think of these games and we know what they mean when they say, oh, shit, RPG. Role-playing game. There's a leveling system usually, your character's a big damn hero, and they're important. In Japanese RPGs, there's usually a party of characters that you end up working with. But honestly, does it really mean anything as a term? Because there are very few games where you're not playing a role. I can think of one off the top of my head, maybe two, and like Tetris, Breakout.
Julie, my dear, I am trying to run a business here. You want to spend time with my honeybees? Well, I'm gonna have to start charging you for the pleasure. If I come out one more time and find you lolling out there amongst my hives, I'm grabbing my shotgun.
Oh, that's nice.
As to your question, yes, my days in beekeeping school are a blur, but I do seem to remember something about that enzyme you keep blabbing on about.
Alright, that's what we were talking about before. Now we know. Enzyme samples. Anyway, so it looks like we're in the market now. Gonna look around. You know, like I was saying though, Tetris, Breakout, some other really simple puzzle games like that. You're not really playing a role in a situation like that. Because well, usually puzzle games in general, you're not playing a role. You're just kind of an impartial, you're the player. And even that's your role, I guess you could say. But usually, if you're dealing with a game with some kind of storyline involved, then you're playing the role of the hero. Or the villain. Like in, I think, Infamous lets you play a villain. A lot of RPGs nowadays let you play the villain, play the bad guy. Fable, what are some of the others? I mean, I guess Skyrim, certainly. You can play a bad guy. It's another big one that lets you, like, I guess City of Villains, if you remember that game, that lets you play as the villain. So there's a few that let you play as the bad guy. For the most part, though, we still kind of have this idea that we're supposed to be the hero, right? We're supposed to be the good guy. And usually in a lot of games, it's easier to be the good guy. The game itself progresses more easily if you decide to be good. If you're evil, NPCs don't react very well to you, and there's more roadblocks and stuff like that. They're scared of you, maybe. They'll set up roadblocks, you know. Set up a bunch of stuff like that. And, ooh. He's talking about the little sisters and the big daddies, isn't he?
My hand is on it. Fontaine's is on it. We all pull it and are pulled by it. Yes, these children are an abomination. But it is not my hand alone on the chain that created them. No. Their little fingers were right there, next to mine.
Huh. So Ryan is not a fan of the Little Sisters, is he? Everybody's calling them abominations. The only one who isn't seems to be Tenenbaum, but even Tenenbaum is admitting that they're suffering. Can we? This shouldn't be too bad. I guess the higher difficulty just means that there's more chances to run into the overload and the alarm tiles. And so if you're just kind of building it piece by piece without looking at what you have on the whole field, then you run into problems, sure. But since we're always kind of looking through the tiles to find the right ones, you know, usually the straight ones are what I'm looking for. You know, fastest route between two places is a straight line and all. Thankfully, we've already kind of been doing that the whole time, so it's not all that hard to deal with. So I guess actually the big ones aren't a big deal. Ooh, that's fucking cool. I like that. I like this thing. This thing is cool. Ah, cool. Get it? Nitrogen? Cool. Never mind. Oh, fuck yeah. Since we're hacking a frozen one, the interface was frozen. That was cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, okay, this one will be a little more... Oh, shit. Wow. How the hell? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not sure what we were supposed to do there. Oh, fuck. Damn alarm. Jesus, how many of these fucking things do they need? And really, how dangerous is it? Could you imagine if there was actually a population of people still living here that were normal? Like, just normal people going to the farmer's market. They're going to pick up some fruits and vegetables for dinner or something, right? And, you know, they're picking up a snack on their way home or whatever they're doing, you know? And then suddenly somebody, you know, comes up to one of the vendors and is like, "Give me all your money!" And then they, you know, get the freaking turrets to come save the day and just spray bullets everywhere. Jesus Christ. I'm kind of hoping that the thing is that Ryan is making them do this and he doesn't care about collateral damage anymore. But anyway, you know what? I don't think we can handle this Big Daddy right now. So we're actually going to hide in here and we're going to cut the video here for now. And we'll see what we can do about the Big Daddy next time, alright? So, hope you enjoyed it and I'll catch you next time. Alright, bye-bye.